Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today we are going to be pushing some live ladder, which I have not done in quite a few weeks, I believe. But yeah, I'm currently at 6,868 trophies, pretty nice number, just barely in the top 10k ranked range. I actually won a net total of 6 games with this deck. I actually uploaded a video on this deck yesterday. It's my own new custom-made Expo deck. It's actually a lot of fun. So yeah, I just played it to get to 68 from season reset, which is 6600. I have not really been playing too much. As you guys might know, I have kind of been going through some stuff in the last couple of weeks, so definitely haven't really felt up to playing. But yeah, so I haven't really touched my main account either. I've just been sitting at my season reset. I actually don't think I've logged on in 3 weeks pretty much. So I usually push ladder on that account, but I decided, I guess why not, let's just play on this account today. Since I already pushed it, and we are going to be playing with 3.0 Xbow Cycle. I was playing this deck, but I think 3.0 is probably going to be better for you guys to watch, and also probably better for me since I'm more used to it, even though I do really like my new deck, and playing Mega Minion is so much fun. But yeah, this is a really hard meta for 3.0, so we're going to see how we do. Hopefully we do okay. We're going to go for 7k trophies today, which should be, if I had to guess, maybe top 7k, top 6k in the world. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's not keep the intro too long, and let's get right into the matches. So, based on where I am right now, I should need about 5 wins total to get there. Hopefully I can just win 5 in a row, but I, again, have not been playing too much, so I could very well lose or mess up. But I will probably still include whatever happens. And wow, he goes for pretty aggressive Skeleton King plus Skarmy at the bridge. But I guess fair enough, because I did use my log. Gonna cycle back to a knight though, because if he pops the ability, I did not want to have to go for a knight after. It would have been a bit awkward. But now we'll see how he responds, and he goes for bowler against my knight plus archer, so I really want to Expo opposite, but looking at my hand, I don't have skeletons or knight, which means I don't really have a great counter to the bowler, so if I did go Expo opposite, I wouldn't really have a great way to take care of the bowler afterwards, so I think I'm just going to set up with the Tesla like that. He might freeze, and he actually does, right as I called it. Goes for the freeze, but we get a nice log on everything, going to go skeletons to distract the bowler, and by keeping my archers alive, I'm able to counter push with them, and hopefully get a pretty nice push going. He's evidently pretty upset. We're going to go Ice Spirit rather on the Skelly King, and I don't think I can get a knight down in time, unfortunately. But this is still going to be a really good situation because I get a huge connection early on, basically punishing his commitment, and I'm ready to drop a knight and react if he does pop that ability, but there would obviously be no sense in that because it would have been like 4 skeletons or something. So yeah, that was really good for us. I'm just going to go archers. So far he's revealed a freeze, not revealed arrows. If he has arrows it would be pretty annoying, but if not, if he only has freeze, it should be pretty good in terms of the matchup for us, because he can't really kill our archers, or the Tesla, actually. So yeah, stacked archers are doing a pretty good job. And here, I don't necessarily want to use my log, I feel like, because I think I want it on defense against this graveyard that he might be about to play. So I'm actually just going to defensive Expo and try and avoid using my log at all. And then I'm going to go for a knight like that. To tank and then log everything. Okay, actually pretty bad log in all honesty. Ice Spirit freeze does come in very clutch, but yeah, that log definitely could have been a bit later, I guess. But still, he's not back to a bowler right now, so we are going to be able to get a nice Expo. Okay, never mind. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you would know that I am pretty bad at card cycle counting. I mean, when I play really well, I'm okay at it, but like usually, especially in my full 12-win Classic Challenge series, I always say like, oh, he doesn't have this in cycle. And then, of course, he just does, so that was my bad. But, I mean, still, we're doing pretty fine. I'm going to go for an Expo. This time I'm going to separate it so that he can't exactly get a freeze on everything. Looks like he was trying to cycle back to a Skelly King possibly just now. Not sure why else he would go Skarmy at the bridge, but either way, not going to accomplish anything. Going to go Ice Spirit. He does get a nice Tornado in to take care of my archers, but still, bowler in the back means I can't Expo. He's going to be forced to go for a Skelly King, and if he goes for it next to his tower, I will actually Fireball. He goes for a freeze instead, which is pretty interesting, and I'm actually still going to Fireball the bowler and just going to let this Inferno Dragon take my Expo out, because I got Fireball damage. I'm very happy with that. And then he can't exactly Graveyard now. I mean, he's going for it, but he just uses freeze, so he's not going to get anything out of this. Like, he can do that Tornado, but I still have a log in cycle. Okay, he's actually back to freeze now, but I still do have a nice log in cycle. He does pop the ability, but my archer stays alive, and I actually think this one archer... Okay, archer doesn't clean up that well, but with the Ice Spirit it does, and I got a Tesla down just in time for that bowler. Now he doesn't have a freeze in cycle, which means he's going to be in quite a bit of trouble. Going to log on the right instead of the left, because archers and Xbow will take care of the skeletons on the left. He's going to get well played. That's going to be a good game. Pretty straightforward, really nice first win of the video, and I'm actually really glad I played 3.0 and not my Xbow Cannon Rocket deck, because I actually might have lost to that deck if I had my other deck, because archers are so clutch against Graveyard, and he only had freeze, so this is actually a pretty easy matchup, especially if you do utilize defensive Xbows. They did add another mastery level for a few cards, including the log. My Ice Spirit's also missing. I think in terms of mastery, that's going to put us at top 8.7k in the world. In terms of mastery, I have all of the Xbow Cycle deck except for the Ice Spirit or Electric Spirit, unfortunately. But let's just keep it going. That was a really nice win. Hopefully we can continue the momentum and just get some nice games. So, found next match against Yala Trip. Let's give him the good luck. He's in the clan Weed, so he could be high right now. I'm not sure. We'll see. I guess we'll base it on how he plays. Gonna cycle a log. Goes for Tombstone. I think I will just split archers. Tombstone could be lava, could be graveyard. I'm hoping it's going to be graveyard. That would be a really good matchup. Or Splashyard, rather. Yep. Looking like it so far. But it could also be Golem, which would be scary. So Baby Dragon, I'm hoping it's going to be Splashyard. Would be a very easy matchup for me again. And I would very much welcome that. But we'll have to wait and see. Splashyard also has many different versions as well. He could have the Skeleton King, could have Valkyrie, and looks like he's just leaking right now, so I'm just going to split archers again. Usually this is really good in single Elixir because my opponent has a pretty awkward cycle. It looks like he doesn't really want to play anything, and I think I'm just going to Xbow because he's not really choosing to play anything. I have a pretty nice advantage here. Does go for the Valkyrie and poison and barbell. Going to catch the barbell with my knight. Okay, looks like I messed up the timing. Even if I didn't mess up the timing though, Xbow would have basically gotten taken out by that poison anyways, but just going to go Ice Spirit here to pressure. Should force out a Tombstone, as it does. Hopefully Knight can get a hit on the Tombstone, and it just unfortunately barely spawned skeletons in time, but he played Valk, Poison, Barbell too. Okay, he's actually almost back to his Valk already. I was hoping we would outcycle it, but we actually still outcycle it, so if he doesn't play anything right now, we are back to another Xbow. He does not have Valk in hand. Does have the Ice Wiz. Going to Fireball all of this though, and it looks like he wasn't expecting that, so we're going to get a connection, because he didn't go Valk in time. Thing is, though, we're going to have to deal with this now. I don't think he has enough for a graveyard, though. If he does, we might be in a bit of trouble, because we don't have enough for archers, but yeah, it looks like he didn't have enough for a graveyard. And I'm just going to go Ice Spirit, because Baby Dragon was staying alive. That's going to be a perfect little defense there, and we get nice connections. I also slightly misplaced my Xbow, but it didn't really matter too much. He goes for a bar barrel, just going to easily kite that with skeletons. And he's actually misplacing his Tombstone, because that is able to be fireballed, and I'm just going to take that, actually. Although I did just spend quite a lot on offense, I'm going to have to be careful of a possible graveyard push here. Does go for a Baby Dragon. Yeah, and Valk setting up for a graveyard push. Definitely looks like it. Going to Ice Spirit to catch the bar barrel, as the Baby Dragon does unfortunately take it out. I'm going to fireball all of this back, though, and I am back to another Tesla. Tesla was maybe not necessary, but it's still totally fine, I feel like. And now I think he's going to build up a pretty big push, so I'm going to go Xbow opposite. This Xbow doesn't really have the goal of breaking through, but rather just serves to distract my opponent. So you can see he is forced to play Poison and Barb Barrel on the Xbow, which means he won't be able to commit that to his offense. And that's really all I wanted, because now I'm in a pretty good situation. Also, I did outcycle his Poison just now, so I'm actually just going to go for another Xbow. This time my opponent does play correctly placed Tombstone, so that's pretty well played. But that's going to be pretty nice fireball value, I think, on the Valk and Ice Wizard. Might as well just take it. And then for this Baby Dragon, I can just kite it into my Tesla with the Ice Spirit and then go Knight. And skeletons are kind of stacking up, but I'm just going to go Xbow. Unfortunately, my Knight does kind of switch lanes there. Going to go with Tesla predicting the Baby Dragon. We do actually get it off. Perfect. And he goes for a Valk. Again, we're just going to take this pretty nice fireball value there. Notice how I also pushed the Valk out of Xbow range. That was absolutely huge. Okay, I logged there, but I realized that I wanted to go Knight as well to retarget the Ice Wiz, but I realized I had to respond to this Valk Ice Wiz, because unfortunately if he went Graveyard there, I would have kind of been screwed, so I had to hold off very quickly there. Also, I was thinking, if you guys know, Fireball is about to get nerfed in the upcoming balance changes, which really sucks because that little sequence there that was really nice, that retargeted the Valkyrie, or retargeted the Xbow by pushing the Valkyrie out of range, that won't necessarily happen anymore because they're nerfing Fireball's knockback by quite a significant amount. It really sucks. Don't really like that change, honestly. Kind of disappointing to see. I mean, Fireball is a very used spell, of course, but yeah. I also have talked about making a possible video discussing my opinions on the balance changes quite a few times. I guess I could maybe do one after the balance change comes out, or maybe I could do like a mix. Just gonna go for a Fireball here. Tesla as well. But I could do like a mix type video where I kind of talk about my opinions on the balance changes and how they will affect Xbow, and then also play some games with the newly nerfed Fireball, I guess. That's a possible idea, but yeah, just finishing this game off here. There's no way my opponent's going to get a graveyard down, and even if he does, he just uses poison, so he won't be able to take out my archers. That's going to be GG. Really nice win there against Splashyard again. Pretty much a free win. I'm going to give him the good, well played and good luck, because he did try his best. He even knew the anti-Fireball Tombstone placements. It's not like he was a super bad player or anything, just a pretty good matchup for me, especially with Valk. Although I don't even know, because Skeleton King is also pretty bad for them, because you can easily outcycle it. But I guess, yeah, either way, Valk or Skeleton King is a lot worse for them than Knight, because it just costs one more elixir for it. Alright, so I accidentally just dropped my phone. I'm not sure if it got picked up on the recording, but it actually fell onto the USB port that is connected to my computer for my microphone recording this. So actually the audio recording got cut off, so I guess I had to start it again, but yep, we are back. That was a pretty nice game though, like I was saying, pretty easy matchup. No matter what they have, unless it's Knight, then they actually stand a chance. But otherwise, I feel like Xbow should probably win. Yeah, pretty easy match though, and that's going to put me at 7727. Now we've crossed 6,900 trophies, so we are 3 games away from 7K. Won 2 in a row so far. Hopefully we can win 3 more. Wouldn't be surprised if I lose at least once, especially if we get a really hard matchup, but I'm going to do my best either way. Let's see what we get. Found next match against Baby Coco. Give him the good luck, and go for an Ice Spirit at the start. Pretty nice starting play. It kind of always is safe, and he goes for a giant skeleton. Actually might have messed up my Knight there. Hopefully it crosses. Okay, it does cross the bridge, which is really nice. Goes for bats, and I actually have a really bad cycle, and I unfortunately have to Fireball those bats off, which I definitely didn't want to do. But I guess Knight plus skeletons is 4 elixir for giant skeleton 6, so that's technically an even trade actually. Goes for a Valk. Gonna go Xbow opposite because he just uses Skeleton King, a giant skeleton rather, and his Valkyrie. Goes for a Lumberjack. I'm just gonna go for a Knight. I definitely want to protect this Xbow because it looks like he's gonna have a pretty annoying deck for me to deal with. I'm just gonna log that back, and then I do have to go archers for this Valkyrie. Unfortunately, he does get the Archer Queen ability off in time, so she does actually take out her Xbow, and actually does get 2 hits on my tower. Maybe I should have gone skeletons there, but I guess it's fine. This is looking like an off-meta deck right now, though. Lumberjack tells me it could be Balloon, because LumberLoon. So that's going to be my guess. Could also be Hog Rider, I guess, because Giant Skeleton, Hog. Okay, does go for a Giant Skeleton in the back. Gonna go Xbow opposite. Let's just test the water, see what he has. Goes for bats. Pretty interesting set of bats there. I really do want to go Knight on this Valkyrie, but I can't because I need it for the Giant Skeleton. So had to be very aware of my cycle and what was on the board right there, which is why I was kind of forced to do it this way. But that's still totally fine because I still got a really nice connection over in the right, and skeletons will hopefully, yeah, they do take care of the giant skeleton perfectly, so I don't actually have to respond to it with anything else, which is really nice. Goes Archer Queen. I'm actually going to go Archers to cycle back to my Xbow and go in because that's the 5 elixir commitment. It's pretty heavy, and he's not actually back to his giant skeleton either. He might be back to it now, but I don't think he has enough elixir. Yep, because it is not double elixir yet, so really nice for us. Gonna go Ice Spirit and then skeletons for the queen to force the ability out. Looks like he doesn't even go for the ability, so I'm just going to go Knight for this giant skeleton. Archers up high to take out the bats, and it looks like we won. Really nice there. And he goes for a Valkyrie. I guess I'm just going to defensive Xbow because I don't really want to commit my Tesla. It could be Hog. Okay, I knew it. I called it, right? I said it's probably Balloon or Hog because of the Lumberjack. And it is actually going to be LumberLoon Freeze. So Freeze comes down, but that's totally fine because Xbow should survive 2 balloon hits there, yeah. So I don't think I'll take a balloon hit here, and even if I do, it doesn't really matter. because it's only one balloon hit. It's really not a big deal. Just going to go Xbow after the Death Bomb finishes off. Looks like he is trying to build up another big push, so we're going to have to get a pretty nice defense going here. Hopefully I can get a really high value Ice Spirit, and that was, I guess, okay. Just going to go Tesla, though. There's no way he can freeze. Yeah, he does elect to freeze the archers, which means I could actually Xbow off this position, because I have archers counter-pushing, as well as a Tesla kind of alive. But I realized he was literally just in Spell Cycle range, so there was no need for that. But yeah, pretty nice win. Pretty straightforward there against LumberLoon Freeze. So some people might have issues with a deck like that, but it's definitely Xbow's matchup again because he only has the freeze, no other big spells. So a few things to note in this matchup. Number one, I would really like you guys to take note of the situation in single where I went Xbow. I had a huge connection, but I didn't go Knight on the Valkyrie. I recognized I had to commit to the giant skeleton, so I did that and I let the Valk take my Xbow out. If I didn't do that, if I went Knight on the Valk, he could have gone Balloon behind the giant skeleton. I would not have been able to defend that because I wouldn't have had enough Elixir for Tesla plus Fireball or whatever I needed. So that was very important there. But also just play it pretty safe, play passively, and defensive Xbows are your friend, especially if you don't want to commit a Tesla to a lane where they might not go Balloon yet. But you can cover both lanes with Xbows and Tesla. So really nice there. 6,953. Top 7k in the world, so looks like 7,000 trophies will be under rank 7k. Found next match against El Maestro. Looks like he has a pretty decent, I think that was a global tournament finish, a number 312 if I believe, or if I remember correctly. And looks like he is going to be playing Logbait Cycle, unfortunately. It's going to be a really hard matchup here. Gonna go Xbow actually, I guess. He goes for a log. Let's see what else he goes for. Mighty Miner. Okay, so he might actually try and defend this without a rocket. And he actually does. That's actually huge for me because I really need this right now. Like, I need a connection. Goes for Dark Goblin. Gonna go Skellies just to keep my Xbow alive as long as possible. Yeah, sadly, in spite of all that, he was still able to defend. This is looking pretty dark. I guess the one benefit, though, is that he does have Dart Goblin and not Princess, so I don't have to ever worry about Princess at the bridge being obnoxious, but still going to be a very painful matchup. Really lucky that he went Barrel in the front there, because I actually didn't have Login Cycle. If he recognized that, he could have maybe punished me and just gone in the center. I wouldn't have been able to really defend it for a good trade. And with this cycle, I guess I will just Xbow and probably just let the Xbow die. I don't really want to cycle a Knight, though. Hopefully he can go Rocket. And we saw what happened last time. I literally couldn't defend this, even though I committed everything I had. So there's no real point, I feel like, overcommitting to that. So they're just going to go Ice Spirit here to freeze the Mighty Miner. And I think we're just going to let it go. He might pop Ability. We're just going to go Knight in the back. Same lane. Skeletons to make sure the Fire Spirit doesn't connect. Fire Spirit, another card that's getting nerfed, actually. Pretty nice nerf, because it is a very strong card. I feel like he's going to go... Okay, he goes Goblin Barrel. I felt like he was going to go Dark Goblin there, but going to go Xbow. He's not back to his Mighty Miner. And pretty nice there, because... I mean, not pretty nice, pretty bad there, because I actually messed up. And the cannon did take my Xbow out, but either way, since he rocketed, I wouldn't have been able to break through. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty hard matchup, though, guys, because he can just rocket every single Xbow. And he has a super fast cycle, so it's not like I'm going to outcycle anything anytime soon. I think I do just have to start throwing fireballs to get damage, because there's no other way I'm really going to get damage. Goes for a barrel. Also, by throwing fireballs, I'm kind of trying to bait him into possibly going for a rocket. We'll see, though. Going to go for a low Knight, and as soon as the Dark Goblin locks on to the Knight, I will go Archers up high. Okay, actually kind of messed up there. And he does go for a pretty well-played cannon, but going to get a nice log here, and actually... Unfortunately, the Dark Goblin is going to get a few hits on my tower. That's really bad. I should just rocket this. I'm not playing this very well either, to be honest. I've taken a lot of incidental damage, like from the Dark Goblin. But still, hopefully we can come back. I mean, it is pretty difficult, in all honesty. Just going to Fireball, I guess. And he goes for another Barrel. Looks like he's trying to outcycle us because he went Mighty Miner, which means he does have the 3-card cycle. I think that's definitely what he's going for here. I think he's already one away from it, if I'm not mistaken. Gonna go for a high Tesla. He is back to a barrel, but we were able to cycle back to a log as well, so we are still in this, honestly. What we need is for him to try and defend the Xbow without a rocket one time. He might Fireball now. I mean, he might rocket. Yeah, he does, so let's go in. Let's go Knight, because he might go Mighty Miner Dark Goblin. Yep, exactly. Tries to go Dark Goblin. Not gonna let that happen. And then gonna go Tesla at the bridge for the Mighty Miner. And what we have to do, I think this Xbow is basically dead, unfortunately. So what we have to do is cycle back to another Xbow. And will Xbow actually lock on? No, sadly the Mighty Miner is still in range. A bit unfortunate there, but we are going to have to go Knight for this Dark Goblin. And then I sadly didn't have enough Elixir for a log there. That's kind of unfortunate. He should just rocket this Xbow, then he wins. But if he somehow doesn't rocket it, then... Okay, wow, did he really just choke this? He's going to have to rocket now. No, he's not. Why not? I'm going to log to make sure my Xbow stays alive as long as possible. Yep, and I'm just keeping this Xbow connection. Oh my god, he choked unbelievably hard. I should have just fireballed the tower. I still have an Xbow alive as well, actually, so... Pretty decent threat still alive right now. And all I need to do is get back to another fireball and we're going to win. So I'm going to be honest, guys, I didn't really deserve that win. My opponent just really messed up. But yeah, I feel like this is a pretty hard matchup. Definitely Logbait's matchup, because normally Logbait, like Inferno Tower, Valk Guards, is usually close to an even matchup against 3.0 Xbow Cycle. But since he has 2 cycle cards, he can easily keep up with our cycle. Let's look at his cycle right now. His 4-card cycle, if his profile just loads, is 2.9. It's literally cheaper than ours. So, and he can freely use logs. We can't. We have to save log for his stuff, for his barrel mainly, because I actually took quite a lot of damage from like barrels and dark goblins here and there. But yeah, that is still, I'm pretty happy with that. Again, like I was saying, the main way we could have won was if he messed up and if he chose to defend an Xbow without a rocket. Like, he was up 1,500 damage. There was no need for him to try and play that risky, but he did, which allowed us to walk away with that win, I guess. But that's going to put me 1 away from 7K, 6,697. So we're at 4 wins in a row right now. Let's hope we can get an undefeated video and just get 5 wins in a row. That would be pretty nice. If not, though, that game should have been a loss. So I guess if we lose this one, it's fair enough. Hopefully don't lose more than 1, though, but still going to try my best no matter what. So found next match against Tommy. Let's go Ice Spirit. He goes for a log and skeleton, so it could be another... It is going to be another cycle deck. Looks like it's going to be 2.6, so this is going to be an interesting matchup. Actually, I remember like 2.5, 3 years ago, I uploaded a video of 2.9 Xbow versus 2.6, which was a game... Okay, never mind. Wait, doesn't he have Ice Spirit? Or... No, he has log skeletons. Oh god, okay, never mind. It's going to be... Might be Hog Earthquake then. That's going to be pretty annoying. I think I'm just going to Fireball Tower. Don't really have a play into that cannon, honestly. He might Fireball back. Actually, no, he probably has Earthquake, right? So I'm going to have to cycle back pretty aggressively. Goes for Queen, going to go Xbow opposite. He should have Giant Skeleton in this deck, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's going to be obnoxious. Really, really painful to deal with. I'm going to try and deal with the Queen with just Ice Spirit plus Skeletons. That would be ideal if I can get it off. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to go Tesla like that. Okay, Queen does stay alive, just barely. But we did actually defend that perfectly in terms of not taking any damage. So some of my top ladder friends like Riley and Ian have said that this is 3.0's matchup, which I really don't think it is, because they have the 3-card cycle with the Queen, they have the Giant Skeleton. So I don't really know if you can break through. I don't think you can, and then I feel like they outspell you. We're going to have to go Archers there. Don't want to take any sort of damage if I can afford not to. So Fire Spirit was totally out of the question there. We are in the lead. This is going to be a pretty hard-fought match for 7K. Archer will get some damage, though. Has to go Queen. I think we can go... Okay, I think we have to go Knight for the Queen. Cycle back to a Tesla just at the last second. That was a bit awkward because I didn't have Tesla right away in cycle. I was kind of deciding on whether to go Knight or something else for the Queen. Again, going to split Archers. Cannot allow him to get a Fire Spirit freely on the tower. And I'm really just waiting for him to maybe go Giant Skeleton in the back, but... He's smart, so he's not doing that. Just going to Fireball again. He might also start Naked Earthquaking me. Okay, going to go for a Defensive Expo now because I do not want to go Offensive Expo into another Giant Skeleton, honestly. He's going to go Giant Skeleton there. Going to go Knight to pull it aside, and then Tesla. He might Earthquake in the middle. I think, yeah, that would be a pretty good play because it hits both the Expo and the Tesla. But my Archers are doing a pretty okay job. Going to go Knight for the Queen. And he does pop the ability. Going to have to log it back. And then Ice Spirit to make sure I don't take any damage. I'm going to be down a lot of Elixir, though, but thank God he messed up that Fire Spirit. And he does mess up the Earthquake as well. Hog will get taken care of. Just going to go Skeletons to make sure. And we are in the lead, but it's still looking pretty tough. I think I'm going to Defensive Expo because he just used a Quake, And if I go in, he's just going to giant skeleton again. I don't really want that. Not sure if you're supposed to be doing this or if you're supposed to be going aggressive, but either way, this is what I feel more comfortable doing, I guess. I'm going to go Tesla up high. He does go for a hog. Okay, he goes Earthquake as well. Going to go Archers after the Quake is done so that they don't actually get hit by that. Going to go Ice Spirit to freeze everything over here. And then I think we will have to Fireball that Queen because... Okay, it actually still stays alive. We're going to log it back. And it does unfortunately get a hit. But he does miss our Tesla with the Quake, thankfully. But this is still, like, this is looking really hard. Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. He's outcycling me very effectively. And it's just looking pretty dark right now. But he goes for a Queen. I think we are going to Xbow. Hopefully he goes Giant Skeleton in front. That would be huge. Okay, sadly he doesn't. We're going to Fireball this, I guess, because we need tower damage. Might be a mistake, but we do really need tower damage. We're going to go for a low Tesla. He could definitely Earthquake that. That would be valid. I'm going to go Ice Spirit Skellies for the Queen. I'm just going to log it back, I guess, and then Archers. He might be back to another Hog. Yeah, he is. Going to go again Tesla. These are the anti-Earthquake Tesla placements that I'm constantly going for. And I think I have to Fireball. I want a defensive Expo because he just used a Quake. But at the same time, I have to keep up with his... tower damage, and he's getting a lot of damage with Earthquake, so... But this is looking pretty bad, yeah, because he's already back to a Hog. We're gonna have to cycle back to a Tesla like this. It looks pretty bad, but we are... Okay, actually, I think he's back to a Hog, and then we lost, because we have to go defensive Expo this time. He does hit it with the Earthquake. Gonna have to go log on this Hog, and I think he's already back to another Hog as well, so... I think he, unfortunately, got us. There, we can get a Fireball down, but yeah, Queen gets a hit, and that's not going to be enough. Yeah, I really don't see how that's going to be Xbow's matchup. It's going to be pretty hard, considering they have the Giant Skeleton. It's super annoying for 3.0, especially. If we had Queen Bow Rocket, I feel like we could have won. But I did try my best. I mean, it was pretty close. We got him down to 600 HP. But yeah, I mean, I would honestly expect to lose. I really don't understand how that's Xbow's matchup, and I really disagree with anyone who says it is. I mean, it's literally Hog Earthquake, which is, like, Earthquake is meant to hard counter. I know it does less damage now, but still. But, found next match against Stein, so hopefully, I think that's how you pronounce that, but hopefully we can get 2 more wins, because we did unfortunately just lose. And he's not playing anything, and I'm also just trying to get another win, so I'm just going to go pretty aggressive Expo here. Goes for a Battle Healer, so I think it is going to be E-Golem, actually, which is pretty interesting. Not an archetype that I have seen. I do want a Tesla here, but I don't think I can, because if I do, he's just going to go E-Golem opposite. So I'm just going to go Knight instead. It will fully tank the Baby Dragon, so that's totally fine. And yeah, so Battle Healer Baby Dragon, can't think of what else it's going to be other than Elixir Golem. Does unfortunately get 1 Baby Dragon hit on the tower. But still, the question is he going to have Barb Hut in here? And I don't think he is. Yeah, he has a cage. Just going to split Archers, I guess. I don't know about Tesla, because ever since they nerfed Tesla's lifetime, which was quite a while ago, but still, you can't really pre-Tesla super easily. I think I'm going to Expo, because he just used a healer, so he kind of did waste a potential counter. It looks like he is trying to go all in, which could be make or break. Okay, never mind. He goes E-Drag, which is pretty good for us, actually, because I wasn't sure I could defend if he went all in. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with this situation, because I did get a small connection. You can get a really nice log on everything here. Gonna try and activate King off this E-Drag. So 1 chain, and then I am gonna go Ice Spirit on the 2nd, and perfect activation there. So that's what I really like to do against Elixir, or Electro Dragon. Gonna go Expo as well, because I feel like we might be up Elixir. Might be wrong, though. Goes for Baby Dragon. I'm gonna go Tesla. We did react just barely in time. He's not gonna have enough Elixir for much, because he just spent 4 with the cage and then 4 with the Baby Dragon. So yeah, just some basic Elixir counting there, and he is in a lot of trouble. If he goes E-Drag here, he will be able to reset the Expo, but won't be able to deal with the Knight on his tower, so that's actually just going to be game. I mean, what he can do is, yeah, exactly, set up with an E-Golem in the back, try and go all in. He hasn't actually revealed his spell either. It could be, definitely could be a Lightning, which would be pretty annoying, but I still think we're going to be okay if we just defend this pretty well. We also have an activated King Tower, which is going to be pretty helpful. Going to Fireball on that E-Drag early. And going to go Knight over here, kind of separating the healer from the Elixir blobs. I'm going to log all the blobs back. Going to get back to a second fireball for the E-Drag. So that's exactly how I like to defend Electro Dragons in these big E-Golem pushes. I just like to get 2 fireballs on them for the most part. You can't always afford to do that, but when you can, it usually works out pretty well. Looks like he gave up, so let's try and... Okay, never mind, he didn't give up. I mean, he did give up, but he doesn't want us to get the second crown. But yeah, that's going to be GG, though. Really nice win against E-Golem. I don't know what his spell was, if he even had one. Maybe... Actually, he revealed Tornado Log. I think did he have a Fireball, though, or a Lightning? Let's find out, because he revealed, I think, 7 cards, if I'm not mistaken. Could have been all 8, I guess. We'll see. E-Golem is a pretty weak card, though. Actually, another thing that's getting balanced. And I think it's going to be... I mean, Zodiac, one of the best E-Golem players, tells me that he thinks it's going to be a buff. Okay, actually, that was his full deck. He didn't have a big spell, so definitely a pretty easy matchup, because he didn't really have a great way to take care of our Teslas or our Archers. I mean, he did Tornado our Archers in, which was annoying, but he didn't have, like, arrows or anything like that. Nor did he have a Rage. So this is, like, I guess a more respectable Elixir Golem deck. Usually, though, they would have a... barb hut instead of the cage, and a barb barrel instead of the log. So he kind of made his own adjustments there, but once again, we are 1 win away from 7k. Alright guys, so I unfortunately did mess up again, and my hand kind of like went over the wire that connects my mic, and the audio recording got cut, so I lost the last match I played, but that was a loss, and it was against this Mortar Hog deck, which I definitely should have won, so I take full ownership for the loss. You know, I'm not trying to say like, oh, I lost. I'm not trying to like hide that I lost or edit it out or anything. I genuinely did cut it off like halfway in, so there wasn't really a point keeping that in the video when I cut it off, but then I found this match where I basically won in single elixir. I guess I'll show it to you guys, because it was so fast. But yeah, I did make my win back, or make my loss back rather, and I am once again 1 away from 8k or 7k. Imagine 8k, but yeah, here he goes drill, and he actually goes with a real aggressive prediction log, and does get the annoying drill glitch thing where it still hits even though I place a knight in the right position. But I go for an Xbow supported by this knight, and he has to go for a Valk, and then I do get some really nice archers to like DPS everything down. And he doesn't have a big spell, luckily for me, and I also get a really nice Ice Spirit, so that Ice Spirit freeze is so clutch because it keeps my archers alive, and now I'm just predicting his magic archer with my knight, and I do get the prediction off. So he basically lost at this point. He does go for log. Oh my god, maintenance break. No. He does go for a log, and then I go for an Xbow, and he is at 2 elixirs, so he has to go Wallbreakers. I just log them back, and now he doesn't even have enough for a Valk or a bomb tower in time, so he just gives a good game and basically gives up. So I would have won this one either way. It's a pretty hard counter for me, in all honesty. But yeah, that really does suck that I cut it off in the last one, even though it was a loss, I guess. But what really does suck is this maintenance break now, because I can't battle until it's done, and I am 1 away from 7k. I just wanted to get to 7k, so that really does suck. And I guess I don't have a choice but to cut the video and get back at you guys when the maintenance break is over, because I don't want to waste too much of your time. I don't want to like wait for half an hour and like watch all these replays, although I did get some pretty nice replays with my Xbow rocket deck, I have to say. And I also did mess up against some. But yeah, I guess I'll get back at you guys once the maintenance break is over. Kind of unfortunate timing here, but we can't do anything about it, so see you guys then. Alright guys, and we are finally back after the maintenance break has finished. So I actually recorded a Pokemon video while waiting, and they said it would last 30 minutes, but I checked back an hour later, and it was still under maintenance. I couldn't get into the game. I tried for like 15-20 minutes straight just refreshing, and it's finally back. So they took way longer than expected, but apparently it's for this upcoming update. Of course, they added the assets and everything, and they actually added this new Pixel Barbarian, which I think is really cool. Obviously the new theme is like a pixel party. It's like a blast from the past 40 years ago, something like that. I'm sure you guys, if you're interested, you'll probably have watched the trailer. I probably should watch that myself, but it is really cool. I do love pixel art. Even the art itself is here. But yeah, we are finally back into the game. We are still 1 win away from 7k trophies, so hopefully we can get it, because I'd rather just kind of get it over and done with now, because I have been waiting for quite a long time. Wasn't expecting to take this long for the video, but let's look for our match, and hopefully we can get a nice one to close things off. So hopefully other players are also playing. Might take a bit, because obviously maintenance and everything, but okay, we found a match against RR. He is a fair amount lower than us, not too much, but should definitely be enough to get to 7k if we win. Just gonna go Ice Spirit at the bridge, and he goes Giant first play. Gonna give him the sarcastic well played, because that is kind of ridiculous. If he has like Mirror Giant, that would just be ridiculous as well. Actually get a Knight on this mini P.E.K.K.A. might be a mistake. Okay, since he actually went for the Zap, it was really good, and that's actually perfect, because I didn't actually have to commit anything else to the mini P.E.K.K.A. He has to go for kind of an awkward set of bats. I'm just going to go for a Tesla off to the side like this. He can't even snipe it with the Musketeer. Pretty well placed Tesla. Just going to go Skeletons, Archers. I think Ice Spirit wouldn't be enough, so kind of had to do it like that. And unfortunately my Archers both go left lane. If they went in the right, I would have actually gone for an Ice Spirit to support. But yeah, this looks like it's going to be Giant Graveyard, which is a really annoying matchup. Let's see if he goes for another Giant in the back. Okay, never mind. It's actually going to be Giant Sparky. We're going to go for an Xbow, though. We are one away from a Tesla, which isn't optimal, but I guess let's just cycle back to one now with the Ice Spirit and go for a Tesla in the middle like that. Notice how it will hit the Giant, so this is why I went for the Xbow and the inwards placement, so I could set up this Tesla, and then I can just push the Sparky towards it with my Skeletons, just like that. So, really nice little defense there. And, okay, never mind, not going to be Giant Graveyard, actually going to be Giant Sparky, which is a much more welcome matchup. I've had some really ridiculous matchups, but this one is very much welcome. Just going to log this Skarmy. I guess pretty well played of him to put it in the opposite lane. But, okay, goes for Bats. I was about to Xbow, but I'm glad I didn't, because that would have been pretty bad. He probably would have been back to a Giant soon, I think, and then Bats would have been supporting. But since he went Musketeer, I don't obviously want to Fireball that. I'm just going to go for an Xbow here. And he goes for the Sparky. We're actually going to try and reset it with the Ice Spirit into the Knight. We actually do get it off, so I think he's not going to have enough for a Giant, because he literally just spent 4 with the Musketeer, 6 with the Sparky, so he's actually going to be basically tower down, which is amazing. We're actually going to go for a Tesla like this, going to let the Xbow die, and cycle back to yet another Xbow once these bats kind of get cleared up. So we're going to go for an Xbow now. Archers to predict the Musketeer on the Xbow, goes for mini P.E.K.K.A. instead. Gonna log and then Ice Spirit as well to keep the Xbow alive. And he does unfortunately get a Skarmy down, but actually he's still gonna defend this. I think it's worth it for sure. Yeah, there's the Musketeer. Does not have arrows in cycle, he just went for it, so we can go for Archers now, clearing up the bats. He does get a zap down, but that was pretty much perfect pressure. I was tempted to log right there. Maybe I should have. Actually, yeah, I should have, because I was gonna log next play anyways. But I was thinking maybe he would want me to log and then go Skarmy or something, but anyways, we're still in an amazing spot, and I could Xbow there, honestly. In fact, I will, just because why not? He is going to have to respond, of course, and then I can just go for a Knight for the Sparky. He's not back to his Zap yet, actually, so the Skeletons will actually do a pretty good job. And then we're actually just going to Ice Spirit Fireball this Musketeer, and that should be a connection. He's going to have to go Skarmy. We have Log and Cycle. Perfect, done, and dusted, and just like that, I'm so happy. We finally got 7k after quite a long time of waiting. I am really glad, so that's going to be a good game, and that is going to be 7,000 trophies. So I know I haven't been uploading as much recently, kind of just been going as I feel comfortable with, as I've talked about to some length in my last 2 videos, of course, commentary videos at least, but still, a lot of you guys have left really kind and supportive comments, which I am really grateful for, and when I am feeling a bit better and up to stuff like I am right now, I will still try my best to record and get content out for you guys. But yeah, that's going to be 7,000 trophies against Giant Sparky. Really nice win there. Pretty much played it perfectly. Really nice pressure. Punished the Giant first play, and overall just didn't really make any micro mistakes. So that was really nice. And did it with 3.0 Xbow Cycle, so it is a terrible meta for the deck, of course, but you can still have success. Hopefully I can show you guys. I know I'm not really in my prime, like, you know, getting to top 100 or anything. When I played a lot more a couple months back, I would constantly go for top 1k in the middle of the season. Not sure I'm going to be doing that now, because I have been kind of busy with real life stuff. As I said, going to university in a month. Actually, in exactly a month from now, I will literally be there. It's kind of crazy to think about. Kind of scary, but also, I guess, kind of exciting. I should look at the positive as well. But yeah, I have been quite busy and doing a lot of important stuff for that, so I have not been playing as much. I've also been playing other games like Pokemon on my Switch. But still, I do love the game. It's just a really hard meta, but hopefully you guys can have fun with Xbow. There are other versions. I uploaded a video the other day of my own custom Xbow deck. I feel like that was a lot of fun, and I had success. I actually pushed to 6,868 in anticipation of this video with that deck. Also got a 12-win grand challenge with that deck. So, yeah, it worked out pretty well. And other than that, I guess that's going to be about it for the video. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the ladder push. I'll probably try and do at least 2 more, I guess. Usually it's funny because usually at the end of the season I always do some last minute ladder pushes. There are exactly 3 days left. 2 days, 20 hours. So I'll probably go for 7,150 and then 7,300 to close it off. I'll be happy with that. And will be pretty nice content as well, I feel like. So yeah, that's going to be the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed the ladder push. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.